Okay guys, part 2 of a 2-part video, damp proofing this property here in Coventry. So we've finished all the bay window area. As you can see, we've had to sort of do this project in 2 halves because there's a lot of furniture in the room. So we're just sort of working around as best we can. We've had to put the sofas back into the bay window just to get them out of our way so that we can focus on the other damp areas, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, all this is completely finished. Radiator, power point's put back on. It's all been skimmed in. Skirting boards are back on. So that's all completely done. On the gable wall, which I'll show you the outside in a second, also noticed that the alcoves are damp. So this one here is damp. You can just see there we've scored around the edge where we're going to be taking back to brick. Took this one back to brick already, and the worst one is this area here. You can actually see the tide marks here, look, and again on the cheek of the chimney breast there. So let's talk about why these alcoves are damp. I'll just show you the outside. So if you have a look at this entry, you can see that the earth, the ground levels are very high against the gable end wall there. You can see how the earth is mounding against this garden wall. It's doing the same all the way down the side of the house. So it's actually breaching the damp course. So we've got rainwater, basically you can't drain off anywhere. So this 9-inch solid wall is just absorbing all that rainwater in, all the way along here. So what needs to happen is we need to cut away at least a foot or so down and have either a French draining or a drainage system put in there so that the moisture coming off this gable wall drains off and it stops being absorbed by this solid wall. So that's what's happening on the outside and why those alcoves are damp. Now there has been an effort to damp proof these walls at some point in the past, and the telltale sign of that is the material that we've discovered on the base of the wall here. So if you have a look at that very slight hairline crack along here and listen to the difference in pitch, that tells me straight away, and also because there's a stress crack there, it gives it away as well. But that sound is very dense, which suggests that it's sand and cement. Typical height for a damp proof replaster following a damp proof course. So that's a little sign there. Also, if you have a look at the bead there, where the bead is matched in, you can see that it's been tied in there. So it has been damp proofed at some point, this property, again using the sand and cement, which is a good option following a damp proof course. However, if you don't fix the cause of the issue, I've just showed you outside there, the high ground levels butted right up against the wall. If you don't fix that, then at some point you can see these tide marks. It will just keep working its way even through the sand and cement over time. Pouring with rain again here in Coventry, but we're okay, aren't we, Tom, because we're dry? Yeah. I've got my boy Tommy here with me today, guys, and Tom's just helping me prep, and he's going to have a little go at plastering his first wall today. Big shout out to Mark Neeson for sending Tommy this lovely trowel, because Mark has wall this in as well on the sand and cement, so it's ready for skimming and finishing. So Tom's going to have a go at this panel, and we're about done then on this one. So so we've been applying a bit of PVA, as you can see, just above where the plasterboards are finishing. We'll talk about that quick, because I know that a lot of spreads, when they make good and skim up to an existing surface, they'll just infill where the original plaster meets the new plaster line. But I always go at least a sort of a foot above, as you can see on where it's drying out here. So you can see like the plasterboard's ended there, for example, but I've gone another foot above that, and that's just so that I can really lose the plaster line and bleed it tight into the existing paint, and make it a gradual thing rather than having any kind of step at all. We can't feel any ridge at all, so that's why I do that. That's why it's we go a lot further than where the actual board is, because someone asked me that question recently on the video, why are you plastering so high when the board ends here? So that's why we do that, guys. So when it's all painted, you won't see anything, basically. You won't see any kind of evidence that it's ever been done. So that's the idea, so it all blends in nice. But yeah, we're just getting the scrim on now. Tom's just scrimming up all the little joints, and then we're going to get a mix on. Tom. Bone dry that now already. Heating's been on, put the radiator back on. Nice and dry.